And welcome back to my channel. High Priestess Unicorn at the helms. How many of you fasted today? Sorry to just jump straight in there, but yeah. How many of you all fasted today? I did. I literally had like a small breakfast and then I didn't eat again till like mid-afternoon, I'd say. Yeah. So I had a little Christmas dinner at mid-afternoon. Not much, nowhere near as much as I would have had. And I'm kind of glad. Yeah. There was times when I used to waste a lot of food. I don't know, maybe that's that used to be one of my traumas maybe, I have no idea. But yeah, I would always cook too much and then like either not have enough containers or not find enough people to give it away to. But yeah. So yeah. Solitude. Yeah, I mix with people, I would say, on a need to basis. And that's purely because it just seems like a lot of people, or should I say a lot of individuals, are harboring like bitterness in their heart. And I don't think you realize when you harbor any of those type of negative emotions, that's kind of like what you vibrate out. So you can sense it. If you're self-aware, you can sense it, you know? And obviously God said free will in it, so it's not like you can't force people to open up to why they're emulating that type of energy, you know? And that's not your burden to carry either. So solitude is, I feel at this point, is very beneficial and it is key in order for you to elevate, should I say? 'Cause I know it's especially at these type of times, you try and take the focus off yourself and you may trick yourself into thinking, oh, if I help somebody else, then I make me feel better about myself. And it's going to sound a bit harsh, but it's the truth. There are people out there that love to, should I say, play victim, but ain't necessarily deserving of genuine help. And I don't mean that in a messed up way. I say that purely because a lot of people have done a lot of, should I say, undercover, real heinous, disgusting things, you know, just for monetary gain. And because we're in the season of karma, season of judgment, anything anybody's done in the dark, God is putting all of it on front row. So there's no escaping that shit at all. So a lot of people are actually walking around with karma on their heads, purely because they chose not to do their shadow work, own up to their sins, repent, in order to move forward. For decades, there's been a real big imbalance imbalances, injustices, a whole host of things. And it's really funny because these same people that like to look down on others, they are the ones with the most skeletons. And now they're kind of like disappearing, should I say. Because all their dirty, dark secrets have been put on blast, you know? Which is why you should never judge a book by its cover. Never be led by anybody, you know? Especially those who try to slander another person's character or slander and minimalize another person's faith or religious beliefs. But I think we've been in a season of followers for far too long. And all these followers, categorically from what I've seen, because I don't just see, I see. I see that they've been following totally the wrong people. Instead of using their own discernment or their own intuition, or even as much as doing their own research. And I do get that word which was at its all-time high in the sense of people use like cast spells with their words in order to sway the minds of others. I get that, but at the same time, you still have to take accountability for the fact that you didn't ask any questions or you didn't use your own discernment. You just went with it willy-nilly, not even questioning anything. And as harsh as it sounds, there is judgment for that, unfortunately, but it's the truth. Which a lot of people are receiving. And that's purely by their own hands. Purely by their own hands. So they can't really blame anybody but themselves. But you see, where people that have been doing it for so long or like made a job out of it, they'll always try and play the victim. And because we're in the year of change, they're no longer going to be able to have these amenities to be able to do the things they do. Like karma's been like served out instantly, whereas they just say with karma tea, what goes on comes on, where it would take a period of time before, I don't know, you reap the karma for your repercussions of your actions. Because the universe is pissed off, quite frankly, and so is God. So now people's getting it instantly. And also a lot of people, there's a lot of us, I had 144,000, that are ordained and actually have the power to call judgment and exact instant karma. But only God decides what karma people get. You can't decide what karma people get. It doesn't work like that. Once you call judgment and you leave it in the hands of your guardian angels, it's up to God to, or the judgment angels, to exact whatever karma God has ordained them or given them the power to exact on whoever the person is, for what I've seen anyway. Yeah. And it has to be now. Because you get some people that will beg and pray and plead and be like, and the worst ones are the ones that say like, oh, I promise you, Lord, if you spare me this time, I'll right my wrongs. I will never do it again. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Because the more you do that is karma, it'll make karma jump over you and hit people closest to you. That's how that shit works. And I'm already seeing it. And it ain't nice. Which is why, for some of us, solitude is essential. Because there's a lot of people that are easily swayed for a price tag. Yeah, for a dollar amount. You know? I mean, there was a day, if I remember correctly, there was a day where people kept their word or, you know, honored their promises. But corruption's everywhere, even the churches. Because I used to go to church, but I used to go to different churches. But when I started to see, what do you call it, a pattern. I noticed it from quite a while ago. Because I wasn't sure, I just thought maybe it's me overthinking things. But my intuition was spot on. Because it was confirmed to me. Yeah. And I didn't really say anything, purely because obviously my mind was distracted with other things, that makes any sense. That took priority. But now, you see the same things play out until it gets changed, basically, which is why you don't need to go to church to be close to God. And people going to church, in all honesty, the people running the churches, the pastors, the preachers, they're just basically taking your energy and using it for evil. And it's really been revealed anyway. I've seen countless videos which just confirmed what I was always thinking, but I wasn't 100% sure, you know? I'm with me, unless I'm 100% sure, or I have actual facts, I'm not gonna act on it, if that makes any sense. Because there could still be that 1% chance that you potentially are making a mistake, you know? But that's my neighbor. That's not my music, by the way. That's my neighbor. God bless him. He doesn't always, do you know what? He doesn't play music often. Yeah, so I don't mind. I can't really say I've ever heard these type of songs before, but, you know, something new, in it. But yeah, and I think it's only loud because I think he's probably a bit deaf, so, you know? It's not like he does it all the time. And you know, you get those people that will do the, what, to me it's looked like a pattern, but for some people, they were just doing it deliberately just to, I don't know, get a reaction out of you. But obviously it's Christmas. I don't know what burdens he's carrying or what's on his mind, so, you know, I'm not about to judge him and be like, oh, you've been playing this shitty music all day, like, loud. Like, what's one day? If it was a thing where he's playing this shit every day, then I probably would say something, or like, be like, do you realize how loud it is? Because these walls are super thin. And from the looks from the outside, you would have just assumed that is properly insulated, you know, thinking of concrete, cheap double glazing, or windows made to look like double glazing, which ain't double glazing. Yeah, you know the one. So yeah, and I do know the walls are really super thin anyway, so yeah, let him have his day, innit? Let him have his day. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Because you know, next year we're going into the season of changes. Do you know what I mean? Higher vibrations, higher levels, you know? Prosperity. And that's exciting. If you're doing something, I'm not going to lie to you, that's exciting. Especially if you put in the hard work, you will reap the rewards or the benefits of your hard work. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like, excuse me, monetary gain. No, it could be spiritual inheritance, you know? And that's nice too, to get new gifts. I see a lot of people saying, explain about the new gifts they've been getting. And anybody on that type of journey will also be getting their own types of gifts. It just depends on what way, shape, or form. And you don't have the options. You know, that's already mapped out for you. And when the time is right, those gifts get unlocked. You know, and then you have to, I don't know, just play around with them, learn how to use them, experiment with them, that type of thing. But never use it for bad. And that's what a lot of people have done in the past, or were doing, unbeknownst to me. So I'm kind of glad in the sense that my ancestors loved me dearly. I'm so lucky, literally. I'm absolutely grateful. Yeah. Eternally grateful, forever thankful, all that good stuff. I'm thankful for every day I have, actually. Yeah, because there was a time when I wasn't in this mind space, should I say. That's the best way I can describe it anyway. And it took a lot of trial and error, ups and downs, and mishaps to be able to overcome and conquer a lot of burdens and curses. And at one point, we all have points where we get breaking points. But the main thing is to never look outside of yourself for the answer. You know? Because if your heart is truly pure, you can just call on your angels to guide you, you know? Go within and you'll always get the answer. Doesn't matter how tough it is or what obstacle gets thrown your way. Because you get a lot of obstacles, let me tell you. You also get people that deliberately put obstacles in your life purely to see you fail. Like, that's how they get their kicks and their enjoyment in life. And to me, that's just weird, you know? But I should also tell you, if a group of people spend their whole day trying to destroy one person, that must be one hell of a person, right? Yeah. On one hand, but on the other hand, if you're not self-aware, just the extent of their actions could lead you down a different path. Do Do you know what I mean? Resentment, anger, bitterness, all that type of low vibrational stuff. I know because I've experienced it myself, so I know firsthand. Yeah. And I'm not bitter. I was angry for a while, not gonna lie, because I know the world isn't fair, but people like that just won't take accountability. Even when they've done things to you that it's criminal and they escape justice, like that really did a number too. Which is why they're gonna get more severe karma purely because, like I said, nowadays nobody has any integrity or morals. Would they would do anything for a dollar sign or an amount, you know? And that's shocking. I'm not gonna lie to you, that is shocking. Yeah, very shocking. But it is what it is, isn't it? You know? It doesn't mean everybody's like that. It just means that barrel of apples, of rotten apples, there might have been 10, maybe 15 good apples out of 85 rotten ones. And don't get me wrong, the 85 rotten apples wasn't always rotten. They just became rotten because they fell under the lure, should I say, the bribery of money and status. Yeah, and then they weighed up they weighed up the option on the basis of ego instead of logic. Mm. Which was obviously the wrong choice to make, but you have free will, so once you make that choice, you can't take it back. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's not easy, but some people continue to do the same things over and over and over again. Yeah, and all these people now, God is putting these people in the spotlight. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's putting them in the spotlight, like whatever they thought they was cloaked with. It's when they think they're doing things undercover, under the cover of darkness or behind closed doors. He saw, you know. Yeah, and then he'll show you exactly what you need to see. All you got to do is ask. Just those kind of basic things. You just expect it's meant to come automatically. You're meant to get assisted. It doesn't work like that. Yeah. Even now, the war's already begun. Even though I already know the outcome, you still got to go with the flow of things. But still remain humble and grounded. Yeah. No matter how many daggers are thrown at you. And that's not easy. Because some people stoop really, really low. They get real down and dirty. Like, if you ever knew the half of it. I know a lot of it, don't get me wrong. But my focus, is on positive shit. So I rather see when I need to see. And it's sad that people choose not to heal their own traumas. Instead, they want to project how they feel about themselves onto others, while painting themselves to be better than, and lying about how they got their immaterial items, or lying how they got their fraudulently paid for statuses. Yeah. That's just the world we live in, huh? But that's not the new world that's being created. Those kind of energies have no place. Have no place at all. Which is why solitude is good, because then you see people's true colors, you know? And I'm seeing exactly that. And a lot of it, excuse me, and for a lot of people, I wasn't really surprised, because I always had this little inkling. It's just been confirmed to me now 100%. So there's a lot of people that I wasn't really shocked about, because I always expect it anyway. But it's the ones that you didn't expect it from that hit you the hardest. And the fact that these people played that fake game for so long. You could just tell these people could never have no soul. They could never have any soul at all. Or conscience. I don't know when that conscience left the building, left the planet, but it ain't in them. It's either that or whatever spell they're under must be one heavy spell. Or the love, should I say, and the lust for money. Yeah, because now entities are jumping in and out, are body jumping people like crazy. You know? So you have to be careful who you even let around you nowadays. You have to be careful where you go, or even what you accept from people. That is the biggest one. Because people can give you something simple, but there's something attached to it spiritually. And that's funny, because you know something? I always wondered why I was the type of person to not accept gifts from people. God made me that way. Now I know why. He's revealed to me why. I always found it hard. I'd make an excuse not to accept it. That's because of these things, I had shit attached to it. Don't get it twisted. Yes. And the easiest ones to infiltrate you is the people, like I said in previous videos, the people closest to you. You'll come to find out they was your biggest nemesis, your biggest enemies. But yet, for so long, they played the game. But you could just tell from their actions anyway, like I said, you know? And if you notice, they can never spend too much time around you. Or if they did, it's like whatever is pushed down and hidden inside of them was slowly seeping out. You know, so they would either make an excuse not to be around you for a certain period of time, purely to be able to contain the bitterness that they was holding on to and hiding. And I see it blatantly. And you can sense it. Yeah. So yeah, Christmas is here. Already for the new year. For all the many blessings. Yeah. How many of you broke any generational curses? My ancestors are so proud of me. I'm proud that they're proud of me. You know? Yeah. Especially the amount of cycles I've had to complete. Especially when I was dragged into unbeknownst to me, like, this is why you gotta be careful who you surround yourself with, or who you even let in your energy field. You know? And I kinda get that now. And they're still trying. They still really think that they can accomplish something, and it is what it is. But all they've really succeeded in doing is exposing themselves for the monsters they truly are. As sad and as unfortunate as that is, it is what it is. So you just accept it for what it is. Release it to God. And just carry on your journey. You know? Because the more you hold on to things, without you realizing, subconsciously you're building up resentment. And that turns to bitterness. And then that bitterness turns to hatred. You know? Ugh, that's just like, just thinking about that kind of energy is just like, ugh, nah, never again. Never again. So, I'm glad to be here where I'm at now. Yeah, we've got to stay hydrated. And be careful with the tap wars. Well, they're doing a lot anyway. They're poisoning food, bloody tap water. They're doing everything to try and put some people back to sleep, and that shit ain't gonna work. That shit's over. I think the only people that's still in that matrix is the low vibrational karmic entities, because they're not people at this point. All the darkness that they summoned up to attack people with, they're now stuck with. Yeah. Now they want to play victim or try and put their hands out for help. So that's why you got to be careful who you help. Because by you helping the wrong person and not using your discernment or even researching and checking that person out, you're categorically inviting and accepting basically half of their karma. And let me tell you, that that is a fight. Let me tell you. You know. So yeah. Stay woke. Those that know. Don't be fooled. You know? And never be quick to jump on someone else's bandwagon. You know? Think it through. I've made those mistakes before where people that I thought was my good people or my friends, you know, and I would support their whatever they was going through, you know, good or bad, especially the bad ones. Like I'd be the first one to be defending them. Come to find out, they was just using that to just suck my energy, basically. And then think they could just discard me when it suited them. And it always ends up being kind of like one-sided. You're left feeling drained, tired, then confused because you think to yourself, I've just spent all that time and it's just been you, them. You might have got a few odd words in, but then the minute you try and discuss anything you're experiencing, they make excuses. So just be mindful of that. That's the first sign that whatever you got around you is an energy vampire. And it was sent deliberately to siphon your energy. In fact, I'll even go a step further. I guarantee you, they probably paid to do it, which is why they were so convincing. Yeah, there's a lot. I'm still here. And the main thing is, no matter what I've experienced, I still remain positive. That's the best way to go. You have no control of it and it's out of your hands. Why would you let it affect you? That's pointless. But that's what they want, you know? Because the more time you spend letting it affect you, you're basically playing into their hands. Which is why you just got to cut off everybody for the time being, you know? You ain't got to spin this off to nobody. You don't owe anybody anything. And I know it's hard because, well, you've probably been so used to a certain way of life. To see change was probably scary, and I get that. But it's possible. It is definitely possible. I'm living proof of that it's possible. You know? I mean, I'm still here. Walking in my purpose, standing in my power. Point blank period. Yeah. Even when I first started out and I told a few people that I thought I had my back. Obviously they didn't. And I could tell it was like fake love, but I just didn't say anything because I knew within myself, it didn't matter what they thought, I was still gonna pursue this. Come to find out, these same people and karmic family members mine was paying people to try and sabotage my ideas, steal my ideas, do anything they can to not let me progress. And that's just cruel. And I didn't retaliate, but I wanted to, don't get me wrong, I did. And then I slept on it, thought about it, prayed on it, and I kind of knew, like, if I did that, I'd just be setting myself backwards, and I wasn't looking to do that, because it took me long enough, hard enough to get here. I was not going to mess that up for what? 5 minutes of anger, that was pointless. Those little few minutes of anger couldn't unravel all the last 3 years of hard work you've been doing. That's the odds you way up. You know, and if you can think like that, then you know that you've mastered yourself. So well done if you have. That's awesome. Awesome. Keep going. Yeah. It's going to be tough because, like we said, we're in spiritual warfare. A lot of people are acting oblivious to it. And I love when that guy D1 summed up, he said, what is it? Something, is it discognition? Something like that. Well, basically, you know it's wrong, but you act like if you don't acknowledge it, or if you just turn a blind eye to it, it doesn't exist. That makes no sense, but that's how the world is, you know? Well, a lot of people in the world. I can't see the whole world. A lot of people are like that. I probably thought of that at one point in time, you know. Even not having to change your mindset, that's not easy. But if you put in the work, you'll conquer anything. Plain and simple. And you can reap the fruits of your rewards at the end of it. So yeah, just a little Christmas quickie. Oh, not like that. That didn't sound like I did it shit. Just a little quick chit chat. Just like, why did I say those words? I didn't. Yeah. Even that as well. Sometimes you got to think about the way you say things, because people like to twist things and change the narrative and portray it to be something negative when clearly it wasn't. You know. Even the words I just used just then, I think it's myself. Why did I use those choices? I don't know. It just came to the top of my head. You know. You got to remember. I ain't perfect either. In that sense. But yeah, of course people make mistakes, but there's certain mistakes that, especially detrimental ones, it is inexcusable to consistently keep making those same errors and acting like you didn't know, because that's not acceptable. And if you think it's acceptable, then you're gonna stay 10 steps backwards instead of continue to go 10 steps forward. If that's the best way I could describe it anyway. Yeah. But for me, it's been an eye opener. Definitely an eye opener. Or should I say a third eye opener? And now, it's gotten a lot easier now, I think. Because it's been like, what, half a year? So yeah, enjoy the ride. But Merry Christmas to all my subscribers, should I say. Thank you. I appreciate that, I really do. Because I think when I first started, everybody was like laughing and saying, oh, don't bother, you're wasting your time and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. And then all of a sudden, I had like, I think it was 4 subscribers. I know this sounds really crazy, but I was over the moon, you know. I was like, oh my God, I got 4. It felt like I had like 50,000. That sounds mad, but I only had like 4. And I remember telling my so-called best friend, and the way she said, oh, that's good. I felt it in her tone. I just knew it. I could just imagine the minute I came off sort from speaking to her, because the same way she was slagging off other people to me, everybody, even her own siblings, do you know what I mean? I kind of knew. And then God made me know that anybody that can talk about people to that extent, you don't need to be around them. And that was kind of like a hard pill to swallow until he made me see certain things that I didn't see before in that person. And I just cut them off just like that. He said, you got to make a choice. I just cut it off just like that. And from that minute onwards, I've not looked back. And anybody else who showed me that same trait or that same type of energy, instantly, there's no going back, no, instantly. You have to. And you know, when I did, I felt a hell of a lot better. Yeah. Cause I know there was evil eye in me, everything. Talking about my channel, laughing at me. Do you know what I mean? Just taking the piss. Not only that, they was paid. to go and stalk me too, you know, leave like stupid comments under my posts and stuff like that. I just ignored it, you know. And that's the kind of things you will get from people that are just downright bitter, you know, but that's their choice. And with that being said, like I like to keep it to a certain time frame, because you know I could talk for England blatantly. Yep, I could talk for England, but no, I like to keep it to a certain extent, and then yeah, but yeah. So I hope everybody had a brilliant Christmas and get your wishes in before the end of the year to manifest them into 2024. You know, 2024 is my year. My year. I've claimed that year from July. Yeah. So I'm waiting to see all the hard work I've done coming to fruition. Even with people trying to do spa work to sabotage every aspect with their evil eye, wicked ass, soulless ass, soul selling ass selves. Yeah, I just rebuke and banish that shit and send it back to Satan. You understand? Reverse it to sender. Because why? No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Yes. And that I gain strength from. To know that my ancestors and God got my back. 100%. So I don't worry about nothing. Nothing. So yeah. And you should do the same. And you let nobody tell you anything different. You know, anybody that is trying to say anything negative that's not supporting you, cut them off. Because I'm telling you this from now, they'll be plotting and planning ways to sabotage you. That's exactly what they do. That's what it was sent to do, you know? And we'll get more into that type of thing a little bit later. But yeah, I just wanted to just have a little quick chit chat and just say, hey, I'm still going. I'm still going. I'm a bit stuffed from Christmas dinner, but I'm still going. I'm still going. Keep on moving. Don't stop, 'cause God got my back. Because my ancestors love me and they chose me to lead. Why do people choose to hate my soul? I don't know. Oh my days. But yeah. Yeah, guys, so peace and blessings, and be good. Be thankful. Be grateful, definitely, you know, and speak it into the universe. And it shall support you. Anyway, good luck, guys.